All of una. Let me ask you guys a question. If Meghan Markle, who married Prince William yesterday, was like you people, you think that she would have gotten that marriage? You think she would have gotten that marriage? You think that she would have been able to get into the heart of the prince, for the prince to break all protocol? Prince William is the royal family's version of the black sheep. In a way, he's the wild child. You know, you see on videos and YouTubes and everything of Prince William in Las Vegas, going around slapping girls' butts and laughing and playing around with girls. He broke all protocol of the royal family. But it takes a special woman for a guy to break protocol that is tradition old, for him to go against the establishment. Look at Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is divorced, a divorcee. She's older than the guy. And worst of all, she's black. Yesterday, my heart went out. My heart was overflowing for me to watch the blackest royal marriage in the history of this century. Serena Williams walking in to a royal marriage to go and sit down. Idris Elba is sitting down there. Guys are sitting down there, black guys. The prodigy who was playing the cello, that boy, a black person preaching, a black choir. I saw this thing, my spirit left me. But what does it take for a woman to twist the royal family to that level? You think that if it was like these Nigerian girls and all of you who are sitting over there asking for cell phone, you think she would have got to that prince? Let us say she met the prince and the first thing she encountered was the cell phone, and come and build a house for my father and mother in the village. And after you build a house for my father and mother in the village, come and pay my rent. You think that she would have had someone like the prince? Look, trash in, trash out. You think she would have had someone like the prince? Sometimes this is one thing women don't get. The ability to chill and get a bigger thing. That is your ability to bring in gently the powers that be to get a greater thing. No, you guys, right up front, you will ask for things and destroy everything. You guys, it's not about poverty, because as I'm sitting here, you think I don't have money. I have money to buy cell phone. Oh. I have money to do whatever I want to do. But it's about the attitude. You think that, let us say that when she met that prince, the first thing she told the prince was like some African girls are saying nowadays all over the place. She met the prince and she told the prince, listen, respect is earned. It's not just given. And that men are useless and they're lazy. Or you use that kind of language in front of that kind of guy, you think you'll marry that kind of a person. You go and tell him that men are lazy, men are this, or you start trying to show him that when it's time for him to marry you, he must come and kneel down and you take control. You think you'll marry that kind of a person. I started seeing a lot of comments on Facebook, the divorcees coming and saying, oh, there's hope for us. There's no hope for you if you still behave as you were behaving in the first marriage. And a lot of women, this is the newest thing I'm hearing now from African women, men don't want to take responsibility. Whether you make the pilot to take responsibility for the plane that crashed, people died in the end of the story. A lot of people died from that plane crash. You have children who've been destroyed because at your 40s you thought you had to take control of the plane as the co-pilot. You have children who are destroyed. You have confused in-laws who don't know what to say anymore. They're all wringing their hands like, okay, how do we relate with this anymore? In-laws have to stop talking to in-laws because of your stupidity. Because of your stupidity that you want to take control. You have broken down in-laws. You have broken down systems throughout. And then now you're coming to tell me, oh, if divorced women have hope. No, you will have hope when you start thinking differently. Meghan Markle is an exceptional woman. She's exceptional. She's exceptional. Those kind of luck that came is not from fasting and praying. That's another thing Africa, they think as long as I fast and pray, but keep my nasty attitude, my bitch attitude, my attitude of bringing confusion into things. Some of you are still children. You meet someone, they don't have a job, they don't have anything, they want to rely 100% on the man for their survival and for their upliftment into the next chapter of life. And then when the man comes, okay, let us even say that the man has accepted he'll do it. When he comes, he meets you with your co-conspirator, your mother. That's the recent one. You come and see someone that's sitting with their mother. Their mother is in their life 24/7. Their mother is living through the daughter. She's living vicariously through the daughter. So therefore, the mother has to come. The guy has to now calculate how he's going to please the mother and please the daughter. The mother is hovering. In fact, he can actually hear the mother snore while he's trying to the mother is everywhere. And in that kind of a world, you expect men to be, look, in the end of the story, this Meghan Markle's marriage, she is exceptional. She isolated this prince and showed him what love is. When a woman is ready to, not the demands up front, because love is free. Love is not based on demands. That's the thing African women have lost now. And that is why a lot of men are sick and tired of them. A lot of men, those who want to spend can spend though. But those who even spend know that this woman, if my money finishes, they cannot rely on you. Those who want to spend will spend. Like me, nowadays, if I see a woman, and let's say, unfortunately for me, I'm associated with a woman who loves me to spend so much. In my mind, I know that this thing is the only thing that's keeping the marriage or the relationship going. If anything happens to me, this woman, forget it. Just forget it. As far as I'm concerned in this life, you the co-pilot, and this is how God structured it in the Bible. It's not about me being a man or being a jerk or anything. You the co-pilot, that you're spending time fighting the pilot, the plane will go down. And if you think that now that you're a divorcee, and I'm talking to women from Nigeria, Ghana, East Africa, that you will take that attitude into the next month because you think you're fasting and praying and they've said word of knowledge for you, you're very, very stupid. Because no man wants to tolerate it. That prince's wedding, for those of you who are getting up to say, I now have hope, change the way you think. Exceptional thinking brings exceptional results. If you want to sit down there and be blaming men, I saw it, it's about the men and what the men have done nothing to you. When you got into that marriage, you thought that you should become the pilot. The man sat down there and he thought he had somebody that was to come and help him. Some typical African women, if they're stepping there, they want to see if they can take over his royal family power and see if they can act like they're the ones who handle it. No, you're not. He's the prince, not you. He's the prince, not you. You are not the king. It's the king, not you. You are not the father. You're the mother. That's the thing African women don't get. And this damage, and like I say, I always say to African women have never read a single book on feminism. They don't read any book on women's rights. They've not had any. That's the problem of Africa. You see politicians who haven't read a book on politics since they were born, or the ideology of politics, or how politics work. African women, the same thing. They've never read a book on feminism. They have not read a book on women's rights. They don't know how to handle it, so they'll bring it into their marriage. That's the only place where they see a man that they can handle. Outside, they're smiling with people stupidly like clowns. Hello, good morning, sir. The only person they will go and destroy is the person helping them, their own husband. Let me tell you something about that royal family marriage. It touched my heart. Meghan Markle, 26 years ago, or 21 years ago, stood in front of the royal palace and took a picture. She didn't know she was going to get into that place and be married in there 21 years ago. She is black, which is a no-no in the royal family. She is divorced, which is a no-no in the royal family. Plus, she's older than the guy. Another no-no. There are millions and millions of white girls who've done cosmetic surgery, who've done all kinds of things, and they couldn't get into that guy with blue eyes and blonde hair. So therefore, you guys, you should rather learn a bigger lesson. You see, as they should do breasts like this.